Paragalagamy here, this time with a slightly different time-lapse drawing, not a typical picture as many of you are now used to seeing, but instead a series of pictures. Pictures arranged into panels, almost like a storyboard, in other words, a comic. I've always viewed comics as the middle ground of the visual medium, its bookends being writing and cinema. Writing, comics, and cinema. Those are three things that you should both enjoy and adore. If you have not gotten your daily dose of at least one of those three things today, you should consult your nearest physician. If you don't have a physician, don't worry. There are books out there. Read them. Be your own doctor. My love for cartoons and comics throughout childhood until this very day has influenced my decision to start drawing some webcomics for everyone, either for you guys to enjoy or to print out for the sole purpose of tossing them into a fire in a fit of rage. Just keep this in mind, if you do toss them into a fire, you are going to be contributing to the carbon emissions that are plaguing our atmosphere as we speak, so just keep that in mind. This comic is a parody of the opening cinematic for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, a game that came out last fall. It's a pretty good game. If you like Zelda, you will love it. If you have never played a Zelda game, there are probably other games you might want to start out with first, but if you have a Wii and you don't have any games for it, big surprise, you should probably grab that because it's a pretty fun game. Now, the opening cinematic is a very hurried, dark, and mysterious dream sequence that Link has. Somewhere in the vortex of my crazy brain, I fostered the idea that connecting Link's dream sequence with Christopher Nolan's Inception would create a pretty cool comic idea, and thus we have the Skyward Sword Intro-ception. Now, this video is moving pretty fast, as is expected with the official Rebel Campfire Quantum Time Speeder Upper version 2.0, patent pending. But never fear, I've recently started a web page dedicated to a webcomic series I hope to create and continue, the beginning of which you now see before your eyes. The web address is www.rebelcampfire.tumblr.com. And you can head over there at any time to check out what new comic concoction I've managed to conjure up. That page should be updated at least once a week, so don't wander too far, kids. Skyward Sword is a pretty fun game, and I wouldn't mind doing my own playthrough via webcomics instead of the traditional video game playthrough, but who knows. I don't think the webcomic will have a strict continuity between strips, but instead will feature strips that pass the humor test that my gerbils down at the lab have created, and those tests are pretty hard, so you should be pleased with the results. Expect comics about video games primarily, though. And so, as all things do, this video must come to an end. Check out rebelcampfire.tumblr.com to see and read this strip in its full glory, and feel free to download the image and share it with your friends. Just keep credit where credit is due. I do have to tell you guys legally that I can't promise any exceptions for the prototype copyright drones I may or may not have been sending out, so just give credit where credit is due, and those copyright drones aren't technically programmed to seek you out. Alright, good, warned you. As always, my fellow campfire kids, stay gold.